Hey there, darlings. Welcome to FOXSOUL Cocktails with Queens. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty, but that's okay. We're going to get Claudia rocking and rolling here. But welcome to our Monday night Cocktails with Queens with our fellow queens who are in the house right now. My girl, Selena Johnson. Hey, Selena.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey there, Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray in the house.
What's happening? I am here and ready for all the gossip today.
Okay, we're going to kick off this Monday because this Monday is piping hot with the tea.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
Women's Month. So we're dressed up, Vivica. We dressed up. We got to tell
people. Oh, no, I was getting there.
Okay.
Darling, we are in the final week of Women's History Month. And you know us, we always like to have a theme, darlings. So tonight, we all dressed up as historical figures that we admire. And I'll let each lady go through and say whom they're dressed like. I'll start off with myself. I am here in homage to Pam Grier, the 70s. That's why I got my fro. You know what I'm saying? Foxy Brown. All right. Selena.
Well, I am, of course, Beyonce. Okay. I'm representing Coachella. Okay, then. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to her for her Oscar performance last night. Was absolutely wonderful. And, you know, we missed Beyonce. She hadn't been performing really. So I just want to give y'all quick little tips on, not tips, but quick little facts on why I chose her real quick. Her first. So Beyonce makes history as the first Black woman to be wearing the legendary Tiffany diamond. Okay. Wow. She's the first Black woman to headline Coachella. Boom. Wow. She's been named the highest paid Black recording artist of all time. Okay, then. Of all time. Okay. She's the most nominated woman in Grammy history. Boom. She's got 28 Grammy wins. She has the most Grammy awards than any other artist ever. Wow. She's the first Black female recording artist to cover Vogue's prestigious September issue. And she's the first Black entertainer to cover Sports Illustrated and the second Black woman to do it right after Tyra Banks. And listen, that's just like 4 of them, 5 of them. The girl got so many firsts. I mean, so she's going to go down in history as one of the greatest women and entertainers. And just on a side note, I just love how she is a mom, how she juggles the mom, wife, entertainer role. She just does it flawlessly. So shout out to Beyonce.
Queen B. Lisa Ray, who are you paying homage to tonight?
I am paying homage in my black and white hair from all the way from 1955, Miss Rosa Parks, because I really sounded that she is. Here I am right here with it.
Dope.
I love it.
And I chose her because, you know, I identify with the fact that she got on that bus and was like, I see a seat. I know where you're telling me to go, but I'm just tired. And y'all know anything about me, that is a replicate of who my character is about. Hey, you know what? I know what you said, but I know what I mean. And I need to sit here. And she started a whole revolution. And thank God now we do not have to sit in the back of the bus.
Amen, amen. And of course, our hostess with the mostest, Miss Claudia Jordan. Claudia, who are you paying homage to tonight?
Well, we still can't hear her, but I know who she is. She is Jane Kennedy, honey.
Yes.
I gave her that long time ago. So she is.
You know, and can I tell you something, Claudia?
She look just like her.
Just right now, but we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come right back, y'all, so that Claudia can explain why she chose the fabulous Jane Kennedy.
Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. My apologies. I had some technical issues here, but again, the ladies have represented, and I love when we have these themes because they come with it. I am paying homage to Jane Kennedy. And a lot of people, I feel like more people should know who Jane Kennedy is. She was ahead of her time. She was a broadcaster and actress. She was the first Black woman to win the Miss Ohio USA pageant, not Miss Black Ohio, Miss Ohio USA in that state that was not trying to have it. She did Playboy. She did. She worked with the NFL Today. That was really tough to do back in 1978 when there weren't a lot of us doing those kind of things. She kicked down doors. I feel like that movie needs to be made. Hello, Jane. We've already talked about it. And I just feel like her name doesn't get mentioned enough. You know, when they wanted an interview with Muhammad Ali, she was one of the few people that could get him on the line, and he said yes to her. And she was just amazing, beautiful, classy. And I love me some Jane Kennedy, and she watches. So Jane Kennedy,
Hey, girl.
Hi, Claudia, you're so on the head with her because you love sports, you broadcaster. You know what I mean? I'm glad you read that off to me because I had no idea. I just call you Jane because you remind me so much of her with your skin and your hair and your prettiness. And I just that was always who you are.
We have a lot in common. And when I was like 10 years old, my dad used to tell me, you look like Jane Kennedy. And I didn't know who she was back then. And then when I got older, I came to appreciate that. And then to find out we have so much in common with pageants and sports and all that. And I'm like, yeah. So I love Jane Kennedy. That's my, I adore her. I do. Y'all came with it though. I'm not surprised. And Lisa Ray.
But we always do. What, Claudia?
Right.
You just go a step further. And I love, when I know there's going to be a costume or theme, you got yourself in 1955 black and white. But that is hilarious. I love how hard you go with the costumes. Like y'all all everything. Vivica's wig and Selena's look and hair and everything. All the details y'all do. And Jane, I want to apologize to you. Your lashes did not look like this. I'm apologizing to you now. I just don't have it.
And okay for the Fox using that great bra to push them girls up, honey. Because
I did. I said, let's put the girls to work tonight.
Okay.
I love it. Y'all look amazing. So, ladies, you know what we got to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that's all the world is talking about. The Oscar ceremony aired last night. And of course, let's just say it was a night of the unexpected. Things were all good until Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett-Smith starring in a sequel to G.I. Jane due to her bald haircut. And apparently Will Smith was not feeling it. Let's take a look.
Wow. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
For people who don't know, Jada has been open about her battle with alopecia. Some people know about it, some people do not, to be fair. And that's the reason why she's, shared that she's decided to go bald. Ladies, what do y'all think about this?
Go first. Seeing as though that I've worked for the dynamic duo and been a huge fan of both of them before I even started acting. And I am, I would consider myself a colleague, a friend, a co-star, a employee, and all of that of theirs. Here's what the thing is, really. It makes them human. It makes him human. You know what I mean? Everybody has a moment in time that they feel shocked, embarrassed by, and they just get out of control. Lord knows I absolutely have, and we know that. And it's not until after you think about it and go, oh my God, you know what I mean? He's sensitive about it. We know that. Here's the thing. They've been sharing more about their life than they ever have. They used to not hear anything about what was going on with them. And now they feel comfortable enough to do so, which makes them not exempt from people talking about them. They're not exempt. And because black man to black man, comedian to comedian, to me, comedians are the only people that can get away with the ta-dun-dun with jokes. You know what I mean? And we know how it is. And you know that they use, especially Chris Rock, we know his comedic timing is very political, and he uses real life, instance for that. I did not know that Jada shaved her hair for that. I thought her and her daughter had did something together or whatever, in that vein. But I don't think it was because of the alopecia. I think it was because of the look. We remember when Demi Moore cut her hair, and that was sharp. When she cut her hair, we was like, yes, honey, you look great and you wear it well. So I feel that it was all in the way that you look at it. If you look at it negatively, then that's what happened. If you don't, you would have took the high road and said, you know what, she looked good and I take that. And you would have took that way. Everybody else would have, because you would have, we would have had to follow suit with that. I know that is not of Will's character. I hate that he did that, because now we will forever be stained with the fact that he won his Oscar finally, and this is something that we know that he's been chasing for a long time, after he even did Ali. And we know that now that he's gonna, they're gonna remember that. And I know they don't like that. And even when he did his speech and he cried, and I listened how he spoke about God and everything, and I was hoping that he would have mentioned Chris in that speech right then, while all eyes were open and ears were listening. But he did not, and maybe he needed to reflect on it even more so. I would have hoped that he would have apologized to Chris in that same. But he's human, he's human, and it happened.
Vivica, what do you think?
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked and saddened, to be very honest with you. It was the wrong place, wrong time. And it just took the air out of the building. The gentleman that won the award after him, Questlove, his moment totally went away because everybody, you could just see it in the audience, immediately got on their phones like, was that a stunt? Was that real? It quite literally took the air out of the building. I thought it was completely disrespectful to the producer, Will Packer, who at this point had put on an absolutely amazing show. The two hosts that were African-American women were doing an amazing job. Amy Schumer was doing a guy. I get it that it's been tough for them in the public. This is the consequences of opening up your world to the public. Here comes the jokes. So, being a person that's in the public eye and having to learn that lesson very hard, that sometimes in life you learn to keep things private for a reason. And I think that this has been a lesson for them, that opening up so much has now, it came back and kind of bit them in a way. It bothered me because they were slanging jokes on everybody all night. Dame Judi Dench got told jokes. Penelope Cruz and her guy, they was throwing jokes. That's part of the ceremony of the evening of the program, that when you're there, somebody might throw a little snarky little joke at you. You have thick skin, you roll with it. But to get up, walk across that Oscar stage and strike, it was black on black crime. And I was disappointed. I really was. And I just think, we were all rooting for Will. I almost felt a Tyra Banks moment. We were all rooting for you. And it's still with me today. It really is. I was disappointed.
Selena, what are your thoughts?
I agree with both Vivica and Lisa Ray. I have the same kind of sentiments as Vivica, like, man, it really hurt. It was disappointing. But I also agree with Lisa Ray when she says, people are human. And, sometimes when it happened, I couldn't believe it. First of all, I was like, this got to be a joke, because they are both kind of comedians. You would think they were close friends. We love both Will Smith and Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Black people love both of them. So it was shocking to see them at odds, this way. But I remember an Oscar, when Chris Rock hosted Oscars before, and he went in on Jada real bad when she was trying to say that the Oscars did not have enough Black people. If you go back and I looked at the clip, and he was really going in saying, talking crazy about her in that. And I wonder if Will didn't go up there and snap because of a buildup of some sort, or some things that have been going on that maybe we're not privy to know. Either way, it was wrong to go up there and smack him like that. The thing that took me out the worst was the aftermath.
Yes.
The talking.
Yes.
That took the wind out of me. The cussing like that from your seat, that was totally and completely and I love Will Smith, and I love Jada. And I wonder if Chris, you could have just said, because I didn't really think the joke was that bad, even though, we have been dealing with hair issues as Black women. We just passed a law in Congress to even be able to wear natural hair in general to get a job, So hair and Black women in hair has been an issue. He did a whole documentary called Black Hair. If he would have just said right after that joke, because I understand he has to do his job too and tell jokes. But if he would have said right after that, you know what though? Either way, Jada, knowing her condition, if he didn't know or not, but either way, you look beautiful with no hair or not, because she looked stunning. She was so stunning at those awards.
Nina,
maybe that
he said was, "I love you, Jada." He says, "Love you, Jada." He did.
He said, "Love you, Jada," and then he said the joke, and then he said, "Oh, come on, guys, that was a nice one." As if he could have went worse. You know what I'm saying? He didn't read the room. He didn't read the room. And when I talk to different people, because I feel both sides of the story, mostly Black women, which is really weird. Black women be like, good, he should have slapped him. But then Black men are like, that was terrible. He shouldn't have done that. So it's very interesting, the two sides. However, my biggest takeaway from all of it was what he said Denzel told him. At your highest moment, the devil will come for you. And that to me is exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. We just saw the devil get busy, and took this man's whole energy of getting this Oscar away with that act of foolishness. That's what I got out of it.
I hate this happened.
Me too.
But if Chris Rock legitimately did not know that she had alopecia, that joke wasn't really nothing.
It was not.
It was nothing. And I feel like I think this is a bigger issue about the last few years of Will and Jada putting their personal business out there and becoming the butt of a lot of jokes, which is self-imposed. Now, if someone just started getting into their business and going in on them, that's one thing. But they're volunteering a lot of information to the point where we've even said, come on, y'all.
TMI.
Too much. And he didn't go in on the entanglement. He didn't go in on infidelity. He said a G.I. Jane joke. I don't think it was that bad. So everyone's like, oh, he's protecting these Black women. Really? Because if you want to get real and get funky with it, which I think we need to, if you really are talking about people being disrespectful, you would have went in on August Alsina. That's who needed his ass whooped.
But we don't know if he didn't. We don't know if he didn't.
Well, you didn't publicly do it. But you did this at the Oscars where we've all seen this. Okay. August Alsina made a song still talking about what he did with this man's wife. Okay. And there was that is some disrespect. What Chris Rock did, people can, and here's my thing. People say they love both people. Not one person that we saw checked on Chris Rock, and no one's thinking about how humiliated this man was in front of the world. So it was, even if he knew about the alopecia, it was rude, right? At best. But Chris Rock was assaulted, humiliated, embarrassed on one of the biggest nights of his career. And no one's talking about that. If we're going to protect Black men, protect both of them. But the one that got slapped should really be like, where is the helping hand? Where is the grace for him? He is a comedian, and comedians go in on these things.
I think there is grace for him, but we also have to start asking. I think there's a teachable, it is, you all just gave it to him. I think there's a teachable moment in this. Is it really okay? Like, we sit here and we say, well, it is what it is. But how many times have we been upset about people blowing up y'all pages, going off on y'all, calling y'all all kinds of names, death threats, all kind of foolishness? At what point are we going to say, man, is it okay to, just because we're celebrities, should we just disregard the fact that some people have feelings? Now, listen, I do not think that he should have walked up there and slapped him. I thought that was awful. I thought they were friends.
It was ignorant.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But if we want to really be on something, let's really have conversations about all of it. Let's talk about both sides of it then. Let's don't be one-sided. Let's talk about everything. And we can this would be an important moment that people can maybe say, wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. That might be kind of bogus. And then maybe on the other side, okay, well, I am an entertainer. Some stuff I could accept. Maybe both sides of the coin maybe we need to have these conversations. But
we are. And here's the thing, Selena, we all know a difference between someone really going in, and we can talk about the last 5 years of jokes, but we're talking about tonight. What happened last night was what happened last night, right? The joke that he made about G.I. Jane 2 was not evil.
And I don't think it was evil at all.
I didn't think it was evil, and it did not warrant.
It came from somewhere else.
It didn't warrant a slap. It didn't warrant a
assault. It didn't even warrant a curse out.
It didn't. It warranted him. Will could have gone there and been like, "We're gonna speak after the show with some big point." That would have been enough. But
I will say this, Chris,
open hand face slap to the face was
a pump. That's like a bitch slap.
It was a bitch slap.
And I'll say this, that Chris handled it very well, because I believe that my reaction would have been an action to that reaction. You know what I'm saying? It would have been,
he would have been on and popping.
He was graceful. He was graceful. Because let me tell you something. Could y'all have imagined if just an all-out fight broke out? That it's an actual reaction and they just start duking?
Yeah.
on
Well,
at the,
another
at
thing,
the Oscars, and I think that thing that hurt me more than anything else is that you could literally see the pain in Chris Rock's face.
Yeah.
I mean,
An
he
embarrassment.
said this. He's Chris Rock's face that he was like, I just got slapped the shit out of,
Mhm.
but then he has to go and then present the award, and it was the award that he presented. Did it go to Questlove?
I think
I
so.
think that's what.
I mean, do you
yeah.
understand what I'm
Which is
saying?
great.
Do y'all
And,
realize
and
how
Jada's
crazy
face,
that was?
Jada's face was terrible too. Like when he said the joke, even Jada's like, it was just all a fool. Jada's face
But
was
Will
looking
laughed.
sad.
Will laughed at
Will
first.
laughed
Jen.
at first.
Yeah,
He laughed
Will
at
laughed.
Jada
but
didn't like it.
not. She did not. So he probably looked at her afterwards and felt, and then look, listen, I'm not making any excuses, but let's have the conversations. Will, and now y'all tell me this because you all are actors. And I know this has happened a while ago. His acting, he did this movie a while ago, but I read his book. And in the book, he talked about like how he was a coward. And in the beginning, he didn't protect people. And then, he went through that thing with Vivian on Fresh Prince, how he didn't protect her. So maybe he must have thought in his brain, he must have snapped and had like a Kanye moment or something and felt like, I need to protect Black women in this way. Now, I'm not saying you ain't got to come at me. I didn't slap him.
No.
What I'm saying is, what if that was going on? Can we talk about the psyche of what was actually going on in that moment? And then he even broke down in the speech right afterwards. So, like, what about what was going on? Like, I'm interested to see if it was some backstory that was going on.
Definitely things were triggered, Selena. Absolutely.
Do you think he was in character still, Vivica? Do you think he might have been in character?
He went to the character. Oh, I done turned into Crazy Richard for real. It's art imitating life.
We got to take a quick break. I think we need to finish this I think we need to still talk more about this because it's like this is a complex thing. And I don't want it to be misconstrued. I'm not feeling for Jada. If he knew that she had alopecia and that was a mean-spirited joke, then he does deserve to smoke. He does. Making fun of a medical condition. But if he didn't, it was a G.I. Jane joke, it was an overreaction. That's all I'm gonna say. But I
G.I. Jane was funny, but I mean,
it was. I think he
was trying to be nice.
Let's go into a quick break because we're over, and we'll come back because we still have some more stuff to unpack. This is a complicated story, and I think it deserves our time. All right, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more after this. Back to Cocktails with the Queens, and because we were so entrenched in the slap heard around the world, we kind of went a little long, but we're gonna get back to that. But right now, we have to introduce a queen that is joining us tonight. Please welcome the beautiful, talented, superstar singer, Erica Campbell. Erica, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Absolutely. Hey, ladies, I'm glad to be here with you.
Hey,
Erica, we're glad to have you.
We need you tonight. We need your peaceful, calming energy.
Jesus.
So early in the show, well, right before you came on, we were talking about the Will Smith and the Chris Rock incident at the Oscars. We want to get your thoughts on what went down.
It was just the whole thing was unfortunate. Too much emotion. I don't think the joke merited that action. But I understand him trying to defend his wife. I just wish that it would have been a moment, like we used to say, keep stuff that's in the house between us. He could have pulled him backstage. He could have dealt with it and said, apologize to my wife. It could have happened many different ways. But when you're emotional and you're right there and you're present in the moment, sometimes you do what you do. So I get it. My heart aches for both of the men because they're such icons and so legendary, and they've done so much in the world. We just didn't want to see them like that on a night like that with Black production and a Black music director and so much excellence going on. Now it's scarred by this moment.
Yeah, we're only talking about that. We're not talking about Questlove. We're not talking about Sam Jackson getting an award on Friday. We're not talking about the Black production, like Will Packer. There's so many beautiful
Beyonce's performance,
Beyonce's performance. Listen, one of my label mates performed. Lena Bird Miles, who released a song, she performed in the Memoriam tribute. We can't talk about nothing but the slap.
Yeah, slap heard around the world. But Erica, we are so grateful that you are here. And I mean, like you said, you're part of an amazing group, Mary. Y'all got hits. All of us here are huge fans. Now, you all recently got to perform the Black National Anthem at this year's Super Bowl. How did that experience feel for you ladies?
It was a full circle moment. It was absolutely amazing to be in Inglewood, where I was born and raised, where I had my first job, had my first kiss, like my church, everything was right there. So to be able to represent my city, to represent as a Black woman, as a gospel artist on so many levels, was just amazing. We went all out, child. I was working out like a crazy woman, trying to make sure that my body was together as well. And I was just proud. I was proud to be there, proud to sing the Black National Anthem, and happy that the Rams won.
That Super Bowl game was all that, wasn't it?
It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, let me tell you, I was so proud when you guys sang that national anthem at the NFL Super Bowl, the Black national anthem. Okay, I was like, okay, we making progress. Okay, this is progress. And then you went and got Mary to sing it. Okay, see, y'all didn't play no games. Y'all went and y'all did y'all thing. Okay, so Erica, but being a gospel artist also does not stop you from criticism. Okay, no. And you know, you took a lot of backlash, where you received a lot of backlash when you wore this white bodycon dress on the cover of your 2013 single "Help." I remember that cover. You were looking, oh my God, to the bone. And I was thinking,
I was trying to get my Lisa Ray on. I was trying to be. I was trying to get white. I was trying to get body.
You was giving.
You weren't trying to do any of that. You were doing all of that.
Listen, you looked absolutely phenomenal. When it came out, I was so proud because it was classy. But you received a lot of negative feedback. Talk to us about how that made you feel and what kind of things were people saying?
It hurt my heart because at that point I had been an artist for at least 15 years. And so people had seen multiple records and performances and interviews and never once heard me glorify my body. But I am comfortable in my own skin. And I do think that Christianity needs to understand that being a sexual being is a part of what God created. God made sex. So, you know, and so I think having this conversation and being open allows us a freedom and allows us to teach. I tell my daughter, listen, I'm who you want to be when you grow up. You want to be a beautiful woman, happily married, having healthy sex. I'm who you want to be. Why not talk to your mama? Why not have me be able to talk to these young church girls as opposed to feeling bad because you think about it, bad because you talk about it? Like there's so much more that we need to talk about as believers. And I think if you ever read the book of Song of Solomon, you would get it. But there's people who don't understand. And I'm not offended by that. I know, like you guys were talking about with the other situation, it comes with the territory. Being out front, it comes with the territory, and you got to be tough enough to take it. You got to swallow the insults. You have to grin and bear it. You have to smile and be poised and just keep living your life, you know? And it's my job to keep telling people about God. So I got to be forgiving. I got to be gracious. I got to be kind. But I love how the Bible always acknowledges my humanity. It acknowledges that I'm going to be frustrated, irritated, that I might get it wrong, and that's okay. And so if some people didn't get the white dress, it's okay. I think it liberated a lot of women to feel comfortable in their own skin. Of course, tastefully, but I mean, God gave me these curves. I didn't buy these. These are mine. You know, I ate these curves on my body.
Okay.
So, there's that.
We're talking, you know, liberation. I want to talk about Kanye, you know, and you have been heard saying that, you know, practice what you preach when it comes to being a woman of God. And how do you think it stacks up to Kanye's recent behavior with his ex, Kim Kardashian, and her new man, Pete Davidson?
You know, those titles, those headlines are always a little misleading. Because right after I said, be who you are on Sunday, on Monday, I said, but I'm praying for Kanye because I know he's dealing with a lot. I know that it's not just a matter of I'm this on Sunday, I'm this on Wednesday. It's a lot. Nobody likes to fall out of love. You know, and like I said in that interview, love doesn't just go away. You're trying to figure it out. Is it a lot? Yes, but he's a lot. And we know that. So did we expect him to walk away and go, okay, it's over, it's over? No, he wants his wife. So he's doing some unconventional things. I can't speak for that man and his choices. All I know is as a believer, the God I serve on Monday is the God I serve on Wednesday and Saturday. So he gives me strength. But here's what I love. He also forgives me if I make a mistake, right? He also forgives me if I don't get it wrong, right? And so I think that's what we should keep in mind. There's a lot of issues at play, the protection of women and how we are viewed and how we are, not really taken care of. So it's a lot of layers, and one answer I don't think will suffice. But again, prayers up for that man, because when he stand before God, I won't be there. So
okay.
God ain't gonna ask me my opinion.
None of us will.
We talk about our opinions. God ain't gonna ask nobody their opinion about you and your choices. So we got to make good choices for our lives.
Amen.
And to your point with the media, all too often it's people do not want to read past the headline, and they will get their entire story from that one line, and then the very next line or the very next thing you said after they cut it is the message that needed to be heard, the part that needed to be heard, and that happens all the time. Erica, let's talk about your new single, Positive, and on a positive note here. Well, what can you tell us about that song, and how is it different from your previous work?
I love this song because I wrote it in a pandemic when the word positive terrified us. And I feel like we can take that word back. I don't think God changed his mind about this word. I think it still means what it means. I think positive means uplifting. I think it means empowered. I think it means strength. I think it means hope for today and hope for tomorrow. And I think a lot of people are speaking negative just because it's where our world has been. But there is power in what you say. Your word speaks to what you think and what you feel and what you can become. So what you say is everything. So I start off the song saying, I know who I am and I know who I'm not. I know the difference between the two, and it tells me a lot. So no matter what you say about me, I know who I am. So I don't have to own that. I just walk in my power and in my purpose with the help of God on my side. This song is an anthem. It's how you should start your day. You should declare victory over your life. You should declare love over your life, provision and peace over your life, the protection of your family, the protection of your mental state to be at peace. All of this is wrapped up in this song that I really wanted to bless the world. I always want to give a song, a bop that we can dance to, but a message that sticks to your bone. I ask my kids in the morning, what are you saying to yourself about yourself today? Are you saying I'm powerful? Are you saying that I'm loved, valuable, and necessary? What are you saying to yourself about yourself? Because before you get to anybody else, baby, what you allow to whisper in your ear is so important. Because you'll operate from that place of pain, that place of offense, whatever it is, that place of anger, that place of hurt. You'll operate that. Too many of us live with our fist up. Don't you hurt me? And sometimes ain't nobody in a fight but you because of the pain. Come on. In the past. Live in the now so you're ready for the next. What's coming next requires your full attention.
I love all of this positive affirmation. Okay.
Erica, we're going to live in the next right now because we have a clip of your positive video. So let's take a look.
Yes. Take a look.
Yes.
Yeah.
When is that coming out?
Say this, Erica, people need to see church going people like you that look like you because you're representing the now woman. You know, the woman that sings gospel, that can be the mom, that can reprimand, that can discipline, that can cook, that can clean, that can be a wife and be all those things and look just like you look, like you said, in that white dress with all those curves, mama. They need to see that because there's so many people that believe in Bible-toting women that want to just say what they want to say and do what they want to say, all underneath God forgive me, and that you not God, so you can't judge me. But and they live under that, and they hide behind that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I absolutely love the youthness and the freshness that you bring to gospel. Keep going. Keep going. We so need
fabulous.
The realness and the relativity. So related.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I got a generation of young women under me that I want to know I want them to know that it's possible, that they can love themselves, they can be at peace, they can be beautiful, powerful, and classy and elegant and make impact in the world. And they don't have to sell their souls to do it. You know, you ain't got to show everything to do it, you know?
Okay. So, Erica, before we let you go, we definitely got to acknowledge this. So your group, Mary Mary, is gearing up for a versus battle with BB and CeCe Winans on Easter Sunday.
Get on.
That's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a praise.
I'm so excited. When the call came through, we were thrilled. I love BB and CC, and we're doing it live from the California Worship Center. We just closed escrow on our new building in the San Fernando Valley. So if you're in LA, you're more than welcome to come on Easter Sunday. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a night of celebration. You know, it's Easter Sunday. We're celebrating Jesus. And so I hope everybody comes to celebrate with us. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
After the way this last week ended, for y'all to have that versus, that's what we need.
Oh,
That's
man.
what we need.
We
We
need
really do.
Erica, thank you so much for joining us and bringing your just amazing, fantastic, beautiful energy and aura to the world, to our show, just to society, because we need more of this. We really do. So we
Oh my
appreciate
God, I feel it so much. We all have smiles on our face. Look at us.
I love it.
All of us, thank you.
I love it.
Thank
you guys
you so
are
much.
so beautiful. Keep doing what you do. Keep shining. Keep talking about it in the way that you do. I love Black women and I love y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Make sure you follow Miss Erica Campbell and everything she does, and make sure you check out that Versus and support her. We want big numbers. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more after the break. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. In honor of Women's History Month, we are dressed as our favorite icons, and we have Lisa Ray as Rosa Parks. We have Vivica A. Fox as Pam Grier, and we have Selena Johnson as Beyonce, and I am Jane Kennedy. And before we had the beautiful Erica Campbell on here, we were talking about, the Oscars. And I just wanted to say something real quick. I'm looking in the chat. People think because me and Selena were getting hyped, there's no issue with us. We're very passionate women. I think all four of us are, and that's what makes the show so real. Like we stand by our opinions. And I think that's why y'all come to watch the show. And that's why there's 2,000 people in the chat right now. But it's all respect and it's all love with all of us. We can have disagreements and not take the same stance. And it does not mean, and if we get loud, it's because we on Zoom. And I don't got my mic. My mic don't work tonight. Okay? Don't come for me and my friend. We good.
What would we be if we all agreed to every single solitary? I mean, how do we have effective conversations if we don't at least talk about and bring up both sides? I mean, Lisa Ray will always, she always gonna give you the devil's advocate any day of the week, That's just what she gonna do, But that doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that she's in alignment with what she's bringing up. You know what I'm saying? I am not in alignment with Will getting out of his seat, walking up to the stage and smacking Chris Rock in his face. And I'm totally shocked and outdone and sad by the cussing at the end.
Yes.
That's
what.
And I'm not in alignment with any Black man making a Black woman feel uncomfortable in front of an audience, especially on purpose. And I want that to be clear, but we do have to present the sides. Like we're debating stuff in front of y'all. And like she said, sometimes we say stuff like, well, what about this? We good, y'all. Lisa Ray. Miss Rosa Parks.
Lisa
Ray Parks.
Okay. I heard that he did not perform the joke during rehearsal. So could it have been that they inserted that joke in there, or did he insert that joke in there?
The plot thickens.
I know I've heard a bunch of different reports.
If he did, why?
Then I heard a bunch of different reports, like Gayle King, I think she said, allegedly, that it was rehearsed and Will heard it and was fine. And then, y'all all been to award shows. We've all been there. They have writers for these things that have these scripts that have to be turned. We got a script for this show. Like, I don't know. We don't know.
I can believe that because if you look back at Will's face, he laughed at the joke.
He laughed. He might, I think he saw Jada.
Right. The camera was like, Jada. She was like, and then that's when the turn of events happened. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it's that the Vivian thing, I didn't protect Black women. I think he had like a moment of, if I don't, and who knows, maybe Jada has been cussing him out at the house, like, you don't be protecting me enough, so who knows what these people be going through. It's just, I hope at the end of the day that they can all be like, my bad, dude, my bad. And that they can come together and everybody
as men,
please
shake it out and do it in front of us for us to see as well. Too.
Yes.
That's what I would like more than anything else, that as boldly as that move was, to be man enough to show men how to be men, that when you do wrong, to do it publicly, apologize, shake hands, and move forward and learn from this.
Like reenact and do another Oscars because he got the money to do so.
And do the jokes.
And advertise it and sell tickets to it and let people come and make it a whole thing. And then y'all reenact it as a joke and then really seriously go, you know what, man?
Can I tell you, my one friend kept saying, this morning, I just was waiting to wake up and say, we got y'all. But it was a prank. Yeah.
Right.
No, it wasn't.
Did they do apologies? Claudia, I read 2 apologies from both of them, but we don't know if they were.
Will apologize, and I have it right here. Before I say that, I just want to say one thing I wish that we could do, and we all do this as well. I know, I'm not going to put that on y'all. I'm going to say I do it as well. Why are we so much harder against another Black person than to others? Like when it's one of us, we'd be like, nah, you disrespecting me. When the other side do it, all of that, we don't handle each other. We don't handle folks the same. And I feel like maybe because it's familiarity, I don't know what it is, but we are much harder. Even in comments, they be coming for our necks harder than they come for some others. And I feel like is it because we're familiar? What is it why do we do that to each other? Like I ain't never seen nobody slap nobody.
No, you know what I think, Claudia? And I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. You know, Black people, we have PTSD. I know we don't like to admit it, but based on what society has done to our culture, we have PTSD. And I think it's almost like a protective mechanism. Like we can't allow you to be imperfect because society doesn't allow us to be imperfect. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people
almost like parenting.
I was gonna say a lot of people have asked, should he be stripped from his Oscar? And I'm like, I don't
think so.
Not as long as you have rapists that still have their Oscars.
Okay.
Okay, Claudia.
You gonna take back? Listen, I don't like what Will did.
A lot of people have said too that he would have done that if it would have been a Jimmy Kimmel or someone that was a real
hard. It'd been taken out in handcuffs. It'd have been anybody white. Let's keep it real.
We gotta give props. We have to acknowledge that Will Smith did apologize. Now, this is a statement. In light of what took place at last night's Oscars, Will Smith released a formal apology to Chris Rock and the Academy. Smith said, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. He continued, jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear. And I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. Smith also added, I would like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I wish it would have happened last night, but you know what? It did happen today. And what do y'all think about the apology?
I think it was sincere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else can you think?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? No, you didn't.
But you know what? Did y'all see afterwards though? To be devil's advocate, they was both posting like, yeah, we did that. And what you expect when you invite someone from Baltimore? And I was like, we chose violence. And I was like, y'all are, listen, as much as we talk about Jada and Will are Hollywood royalty. There's no way around that. Yeah. And I'm gonna give them their props. And Jada, you are a fantastic actress, mom, support, you know what I mean? All these things. Will, we love you. We don't want to see y'all like this. We don't want to see this. I don't like that these people are looking at you like we don't know if we want to bring him around. The Oscars condemning him. Will Smith, the friendliest man in Hollywood.
It's a fool. The whole thing.
I don't know. It just took away from so much.
What you gonna say, Vivica?
It really did. It just, like Claudia was saying, I was so ready for just the glory. The evening was just unfolding so amazingly. It really was. And it was like, I was laughing. I was, was happy when the Afro-Latina won her award. I was like, yes, we're finally getting a night. And so
you were there, right, Vivica? You were there.
I'm not. I'm in New York. I'm co-hosting Freddie Williams show. But I was
hear the joke though. Did y'all hear the joke? Let me see. It says, Will let Jada take a dick, but he can't take a joke.
Allegedly.
And on that note, we should probably go to
commercial.
Well, how many coochies has she let him take?
You know what? No good can come of this segment. So Rosa Parks got us in some crap.
Rosa Parks
to the front of the bus, Rosa Parks. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Rosa Parks is off the chain. That's all I got to say.
Well, no, I don't want you to say that because I absolutely read that.
I know.
One of the the people that's, oh, as a matter of fact, it was 90 Day of Finance that said the joke. So again, you're going to have to be, you can't be sensitive. You're going to be the butt of the joke, especially from what happened last night. These jokes are going to come. We're going to talk about it, and it's forever tarnished. And it's not that you can't make it up.
They already got TikTok videos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And memes and all kinds of
Look,
stuff.
the internet is undefeated, honey. The internet will let you know. Okay.
They quicker than COVID. They quicker than COVID. They can tell you something. They'll get you faster than COVID.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Tyler Perry.
That's the facts.
I'm too sober for this show. I needed a drink for this show.
Yeah, because I got the tea.
Allegedly. Okay. Oh, real quick. I got a text that said that apparently, and this is alleged, I have to say allegedly to protect, until we can do a deeper dive, that Chris Rock did not write the joke and it came from the writing staff. That's allegedly. So I'm sure we'll follow up next week with more.
Okay.
We have a game, but this real quick story. Tyler Perry took to Vanity Fair's infamous lie detector test and confessed that he has used his Medea voice on occasion during sex. Now, first he denied it, but then admitted that he says "hello" in his Medea voice and sings Adele songs. What are your thoughts on this one? Would this turn you ladies on?
I feel like, is that what the question they asked him with a lie detector test? That's what came up.
Right.
Oh. They asked the wrong questions, I'm sure, but go ahead.
What would you ask?
Oh, girl, that's a whole different segment.
Show is.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, yeah. He knew where to talk at.
Well, I mean, listen. In the bedroom, people role play all the time. I mean, I don't find that hard to believe. Come on, please, child. We've done wigs, different colors, different little outfits. I can believe people. You don't believe that people role play in the bedroom, Lisa Ray?
Yes, absolutely.
So I can believe that Tyler Perry, somebody might have, they might have been a fan of that franchise, and he gave him a hello, and got some draws.
But tell me this: where did that come? No, he said in the act. So tell me where that came in at. Like when you, what part did that? Could that?
I was not there, Lisa Ray. My stimulation didn't come from that. I was just trying to explain. I could get the role playing of the moment that somebody might have been a little bit of fan, and that night he's like, "This is what's gonna work."
Well, I would ask, who in the hell is that much of a fan that's a woman that he is messing around with and wants to say, let me hear Medea's voice for just a second.
What about the brother in Medea? I mean, he talked nasty anyway. So why would you want to hear? He could do the brother. I mean, he got a lot of characters. Why Medea? I mean, so many characters.
Well,
Especially
if someone's sleeping with him, they love everything he does. So that, and let me tell you, Tyler Perry is very good at doing different characters. So if that's what floats your boat and makes you peak and climax, then you better get your hello on. There's a girl that likes that. There's a woman that loves that hello. Hey, ladies, I'm getting us out of this segment. So in honor of the Oscars, we are going to take a look at some of last night's looks and determine if they were hot or not. So let's get into this. Y'all ready to play?
Yes, yes. Not role play.
First up, we have Will Smith. I can't stand all of y'all right now. I'm done.
I hate every square on here. A fool.
I can't with y'all tonight. First up, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith at the Oscars. Hot or not?
Hot.
I like that dress.
She was sharp. They look beautiful.
I thought it was a lot of dress. It wasn't my favorite look on her. I liked Will's suit. I thought it was very classy. I liked the vest. I loved the little ring that was on the scarf. I thought the dress was big. I thought
I like a good man in a good suit and business.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I liked it because I don't want to get slapped.
Couldn't resist it. Pow.
Okay. Zendaya at the Oscars, hot or not?
Woo, hot.
Who?
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Zendaya, my bad.
Zendaya. I know I get it confused.
Zendaya.
Listen, I just real quick, that was a throwback to Sharon Stone. Remember when Sharon Stone showed up with the simple t-shirt and the skirt on? killed it. I love the jewelry. It was
That's-
modern. It was fabulous.
Doesn't she remind you of a young Zeta Catherine Jones?
Zeta Catherine Jones.
Zeta,
Yeah.
Captain Zeta.
Yeah.
Is that Luxury Law that styled her though? He's so good.
Yes.
Luxury
They
Law
get
is
each other.
so good. My
And
God,
they absolutely get each other.
he does her so well.
Let's squeeze a couple more in. Kim Kardashian at the Vanity Fair, hot or not with that blue. Kim Kardashian.
I don't see her.
Yeah, I
Can we
don't
see
know.
a picture of Kim Kardashian, please? No.
Okay, that means
Okay.
not.
Tracy Ellis Ross at the Oscars, hot or not? Okay.
Pictures.
Okay.
Well, I know she had on a red dress.
Here we go.
She's done better.
Mhm.
She's done better.
I
I
think
didn't particularly like the bottom of
the
that
way it
dress.
did in her breast. I
I
really
didn't like
did.
the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like
she's
that.
she's very full-breasted and probably a size bigger, but we love Tracy.
Well, I
Okay.
liked it better when she came on stage and she had the cape on with it.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
So we're gonna get out this messy ass show tonight, right now. I want to thank Lisa Ray, aka Rosa Parks, Selena Johnson, aka Beyonce, Vivica A. Fox, aka Pam Grier, and myself, Jane Kennedy. Thank you for watching us on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for the Pulse that's coming up next, ladies. We're gonna be in the vlogs. I already know. We'll talk tomorrow.
We'll be in them, but then we'll be out of them in a week.
Right.
That's how fast
Bye,
it goes.
Queen.
It's quicker than cold.